Good morning guys, welcome back, episode 3 of the Compact Drift Build. Nothing done since the previous episode and I'm not sure what I'm doing in this one either. I'll film whatever I do. Also just hit 1100 subscribers, so thank you very much for anybody who's subbed. Also if you are watching the videos and you haven't subscribed already, just hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell, keep you up to date with any of the content. Also if you like, comment and share the videos, it all helps. Yeah, so as I said, I'm not sure what I'm doing in this episode, but I'll film as much as possible. Yeah, that's it really. I have a black eye if you've noticed. I hit myself in the eye with a ratchet the other day while I'm taking off a bolt out of a brake caliper. Cut myself under my eyebrow and give myself a little bit of a black eye, so that's a pain in the arse. I can see my eyebrow constantly. But yeah, so that's it. As I said, I'll try film as much as possible. Depends on what I'm doing. But yeah, enjoy. Alright. Bit of a setback. I'm going to rebend the main hoop. It's too tight, so when I measured it, I haven't taken any tolerance off, so I'll show you in the car what I mean. Right, so I did mention it before in a previous video, that where my box is, my cage is completely tight to this bit. So tight that I couldn't get a weld in around the back. When I originally measured it, I measured it from up here, so I was going to build a box off here, but a box off here is massive and just a bigger pain in the arse to make. It looks tidier with making a small box like that on each side. So I did try to bend the cage just a slight bit more, put an extra degree on it, but then I'm taking away the straightness of the down piece, which you shouldn't do, so I'm just going to take a hit on 11 foot of pipe. I'll be able to use bits off it for other bits, but I'm going to rebend the main hoop now, and I'm just going to reduce, take a tolerance off of 1 inch, so that'll bring me in here on the box. So yeah, hopefully I can bend the next piece as good as I bent the other one, just not as tight to the car. It's a nice idea having it really tight, but it'll just give me more problems when I come to weld it. I won't have as much room, and as I said, I can't weld it onto the smaller boxes that I've made now. It would mean cutting the roll cage shorter and maybe putting it up onto the back seat, but I'd rather put it down here. So yeah, so that's the plan. I'm going to bend it to the same measurements, everything was perfect, the degrees and everything was fine. I'm just going to take a ½ inch off each side of the top bend, just so it brings it in just a little bit. So this is the current one I'm going to scrap. As you can see, I tried to bend this leg and that leg in a slight bit more, but as I said, it was taken away from the straightness of the down bits, so I've got another length. I'll cut this one now, clean it up and get it marked, and I'll bend that one. So there's the main hoop again. So that's my midline now on the 11 foot tube. Work everything from the middle. Last time I done 14.5 inches each side of the halfway line to where my first bend started, and that was pretty much the exact measurement from the car, and I didn't take off any tolerance, so I'm going to take ½ inch off each side now. That'll bring it in a little bit, and hopefully it should give me more clearance. Okay, so that's the first 62 degree bends done for the top bends. Pipe tube is all straight and level, so I'm going to mark the 28 degree bends now around here somewhere. I'll measure them up and I'll get them two bent, and hopefully it fits better than, well, less tight than the last one. Okay, so attempt number 2 at the main hoop. It still fits nice and tight on the bends. Same on the other side. There are the boxes once, but I've actually got some room to weld in now. I'll be cutting that now to sit on top of them boxes. Same on that side. Once again, plenty of room in there to get a weld around. Yeah, so That's a bit better now. Obviously it was pain in the arse having to make another one, and I'll be able to use bits of the tube for my door bars and stuff, and they'll be long enough for the bits of the ladder bars. But yeah, at least this means now I can use the boxes I've made. I'll cut this cage now onto these boxes. I'll be able to sit up on the boxes next, and I can start measuring my two front main hoops. Probably not this weekend, but probably in midweek next weekend maybe I'll start doing that. Yeah, so I'll measure up where this needs to be cut now, ready for the boxes, and I'll cut that off, and then I'll just be able to sit it up on the boxes and work from there where it's going to be sitting originally. As I said, I was happy with the first one. When I originally bent it, it's just when I realised I didn't give myself enough room down the bottom. That was a pain in the arse, and I spent days thinking about what to do, whether I should have made higher boxes or what, but yeah, I've just decided to make a new hoop, which is easier, so yeah, so that's it. Right, so the main hoop is in on its boxes. Just tacked in place. The main hoop isn't tacked, I've just tacked the boxes in place. I'll just have to trim them a little bit more just to get it to sit level at the top. Yeah, so that's a pain in the arse to have to redo that again. But boxes are in place and they're level. I just need to trim them a little bit just to make them fit to the side of the car a bit more, especially this one. But that one's sound. So I have the main hoop in place. It's just tacked in at the moment, just tacked onto the boxes. Diagonal bar next, so from here up to the corner up there. I won't get that done now, I'll get it done next weekend. Yeah, so I'll film more of it when I'm doing more, but yeah, at the moment that's all I'm doing for this weekend. So at least I have the main hoop in place now, and I've got plenty of room to weld around it. I've just got to tidy up the boxes, just make them make the one just a bit tidier so it meets the car a bit better. But yeah, that's it. Pretty happy with how it is. It's level, it's in place, and it looks alright, so I'm happy enough. Right, so that's it guys, this episode's done. Progress is slow, and I don't think I've filmed very much of this, of what I've been doing today. Mainly just rebending the main hoop and basically tacked it in, got the boxes tacked in place and welded the cage, tacked the cage to the top of the boxes just so I have that sitting where I need it. Next is a diagonal behind my head down to the passenger mount. That should be pretty easy, just a straight piece of bar, straight piece of tube, notched on each end and then welded in place. So that'll be next weekend. I only really work on this on the weekends, a few hours each weekend, and normally the boys come round, so it slows me down. I don't do anything then either. Yeah, so progress is a lot slower than what I've originally expected. Not that the cage is easier, harder than I expected it to be. I knew it was going to be hard. It's just a lot slower than I expected it to be. Plus, obviously, I fucked up with making the main hoop a bit too tight, so that really slowed my progress down. Now it's in. Hopefully progress will speed up a little bit. But yeah, as I said, originally I was building it for Drift League on the 21st of August. There was a slim chance whether I'd even get the car done by then, and whether I'd be able to get a ticket for the Drift League. But it's looking now I probably won't get this cage done until the end of May. I still haven't got an engine. I haven't decided on an engine. I have got an engine, an M50 B30 stroker in my other compact. The potential is I could use that and maybe stick a turbo on it. But I'm more leaning towards an M54 B30 with a turbo on it. But yeah, once again, I haven't got an engine, I haven't got any turbo kit, anything like that. So that's kind of at the back of my mind until I get the cage put in it. And as I said, if I don't make Drift League, I'd probably look at getting to Matsuri in October, try to get a ticket for that. Yeah, so it's mainly for the fun of building cars. I love BMWs and I love working on them, especially my own. So yeah, so I'm enjoying it, and hopefully in the end I'll have a decent cage, and that's really the main goal of this, is to build a cage in the car. Everything else engine wise, and I've done all that stuff before, so I can get that in no problem. So engine and stuff, or like everything else, as I said, the car's polybushed, and everything underneath is pretty much already done. It just needs a cage, an engine,
a couple of bits of safety equipment, and then it's a drift competition spec drift car really. It depends then on how far I go with it, like power wise and stuff. Really, I'm looking for about 350, 350 brakes, something like that. That'd be pretty decent to start off with. Yeah, so that's really it. As I said, progress is slow, and I probably don't film as much as I should. I could probably do with a cameraman just to film everything I'm doing. That'd be a lot easier. It's not going to ever happen. Yeah, so that's really it. Thanks for watching. As I said, if you are watching, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell just so you see when our videos are coming out, and like, share, comment, all that stuff. And I hope you're enjoying, and I'll see you next week.